driving force for me was seeing like what's out there. Always, as a normal human being, we want the best for ourselves, and it was my first time boarding the plane, so it was a really experience. My name is Suleiman Msumari. Currently working as a full stack developer at Amazon Web Service in UK. I had a privilege to go there before I was working as a software engineer back in my home country at Tanzania at Robotech Labs for almost 3 years. And before that, I was just another student in every university. I was in my second year and I was doing okay. At that time, I thought I was awesome. I was very good. I was very good at what I'm doing, but I didn't know much compared to what I know now. Always, as a normal human being, we want the best for ourselves. So I was looking career-wise, like what can I do with what I'm learning? As I'm good in programming, what can I do with it? I came across different companies in my home country, but I was not much impressed. There's not much software development per se. You just do more administrative work and maybe some maintenance if you are lucky. But there are people doing real software development outside of the country. So I started looking to them. Do they even hire? Yeah. They hire, and funny enough, I came across an article like they don't even need a degree, and I was like, oh, they don't tell us that. I applied, and if I remember, it was Google Japan. Sadly, it was a wake-up call because I don't know how, but I got the interview and it went well, like I was expecting it. And it was more like a very good experience to me because it was like, you're not only shallow, you're shallow than shallow, and you don't know that you're shallow at all. So it was like, okay, I'm learning these things, but turns out there's a lot of things that needs to be learned. So I was like, it reached the time I don't know if I want to be a software engineer anymore because this looks a little bit scary. So from there, I told myself I'm gonna be a system analyst. Looks like they don't need much coding. But on the hindsight, I continued to grind on those things that I missed. And I remember I was doing internship at a company called Robotech Labs. So I was lucky enough to get like a role there, permanent one. So I started working there for the software. My journey as a software engineer started there. A driving force for me was seeing like what's out there, if I may say. Because when I was looking at these internet companies, and you see Google, everything anywhere, the good thing or bad thing about internet is worldwide and it doesn't discriminate, you know? So to me it was like, I don't know where I'm gonna land, but I think it's a very best bet to aim the highest point at all. So okay, if the highest point is this big internet companies that make a lot of money and there is a good incentive of they pay good developers, they pay really good. So like, maybe let me high for the highest one. Whenever I'm gonna land is okay. But if I aim for here, I'll be putting a ceiling above my head that I want to grow above the Tanzania market. The first thing, I thought it was a fraud first. Yeah, I was like, did you really accept me? But okay, because I was doing the interview for the purpose of getting the job. But the expectation of like, I don't think I'm gonna cut it. You see? But yeah, little did I know, the offer was real. Yeah. So yeah, I went there, bought a plane, and it was my first time boarding a plane. So it was a real experience. It was like, okay. Turns out I don't like planes much after boarding. And yeah, my manager was good, the team was as I expected. So yeah, I have nothing to complain about that far. Yeah, there are some who started like coding when I was still in school, literally in school. So I was like, okay, these people are a little bit too experienced. It's hard to get inside. Literally, you get, if you go now, I don't know, to this different courses online, you literally, someone can sell you a course just to pass an interview. So imagine that hardship. So I wasn't even thinking about surviving yet, because even passing the interview is already a problem. Okay, so after I passed through that, I thought, yeah, that's it. But surviving there is the hardest thing I've ever encountered. And it's not like because maybe you are being treated bad or anything. No, it's just like technical expertise bar is high. So unless you are coming from kind of the same level of technical ability, then you're okay. If not, you're coming from lower end, you will feel the pressure. You will literally feel the pressure. And people are trying to help you. And I'm really thankful to my team and my manager. These titles can sometimes be off-leading, but sometimes can be a privilege. Sometimes it depends on the person. I mean, for me, I started was, if I may say, more on React based. It was more like front end, and you start putting some little functions there, and like, yeah, maybe this is full stack a little bit or not. Maybe I'm still front end. Like, yeah, over the course of, complexity increases, and you kind of stumbled upon Node, and you do some Express framework, libraries, and you use those, and now you call the APIs. Which APIs are like, yeah, I'm a back end, front end, right? Yeah, I'm a full stack a little bit. But for me personally, yeah, I started like, and I kind of mastered that main stack for the first thing. I was using MongoDB, and I kind of liked it a lot. Yeah, it's funny, I'm working now at AWS, but I was not using AWS. It's not because I don't like it. It's like, yeah, I knew it has a lot of use, but I just don't know it. And I didn't get a chance to learn it at that time because you needed, credit card. Sometimes as technical people, we may try to overcomplicate the system just because we want it to be technically perfect. And we tend to lose the focus of like, why are we even building the system from the first? The first point is like, what's the value of that system anymore? So yeah, there are decisions that can be made that can be easily reversed. And there are decisions when made, they can't be reversed at all. So when architecting the first system, you should prioritize like architecting for scale, architecting for security, architecting for anything, depending on how you see your business values that you want to produce at the end. So if you are in times that you need a POC or anything that you don't care, even if it's scrapped at the end and you create the system from scratch again, after you validate what you want to validate, you should go that route, because it will be more efficient to you and it works for your use case. That's my take on that.